Uganda's political landscape is undergoing a seismic shift, one that echoes with the resonance of dynastic rule. As President Museveni, a towering figure in Ugandan politics, maneuvers for yet another term in office, the recent appointment of his son as Chief of Defense Forces catapults Uganda into a realm where bloodlines wield influence as much as merit. This elevation not only solidifies the younger Museveni's position as the second most powerful figure in the nation, but also raises troubling questions about the consolidation of power within a single family, a phenomenon uncomfortably reminiscent of monarchical traditions. At the core of this narrative lies the narrative thread of succession. With President Museveni at the helm for decades, his grip on power has remained unyielding, sustained by a delicate balance of political maneuvering and force. Now, by anointing his own flesh and blood to such a pivotal position within the military hierarchy, Museveni effectively enshrines a familial lineage within the corridors of power. The ramifications of this move ripple far beyond the confines of Uganda's borders, painting a picture of dynastic rule that challenges the very essence of democratic governance. Yet, it is not merely the act of familial succession that gives pause, it is the shadow cast by the younger Museveni's past actions. Reports linking him to the abduction of opposition leaders speak volumes about the erosion of democratic values and the unchecked exercise of authority. In a nation where dissent should be met with dialogue, not abduction, such actions undermine the very fabric of democracy. They paint a portrait of a regime willing to trample on the rights and freedoms of its citizens in the name of consolidating power, a portrait eerily reminiscent of monarchies of old. What emerges is a narrative of regression, as Uganda teeters on the precipice of a monarchical abyss. The traditional checks and balances that underpin a healthy democracy are replaced by the whims of a ruling family, whose interests may not always align with those of the populace. The appointment of the younger Museveni as Chief of Defense Forces serves as a stark reminder that power, once concentrated, becomes a double-edged sword, one that can uplift or oppress, depending on who wields it. In the face of such challenges, the voices of dissent grow louder. Civil society organizations, political activists, and concerned citizens rally against the encroachment of dynastic power, demanding accountability and transparency from those in authority. Their struggle is not merely against a single individual or family, but against a system that seeks to entrench itself at the expense of the common good. It is a struggle for the soul of Uganda, for the preservation of democratic ideals in the face of creeping authoritarianism. Yet, amidst the uncertainty and unrest, there remains a glimmer of hope. History has shown time and again that the will of the people is a force to be reckoned with, capable of toppling even the mightiest of regimes. In Uganda, where the spirit of resilience runs deep, this hope burns bright, a beacon of light amidst the encroaching shadows of dynastic rule. As the world watches with bated breath, Uganda stands at a crossroads. Will it succumb to the allure of dynastic power, or will it rise above, reclaiming its rightful place as a beacon of democracy in East Africa? The answer lies not in the hands of a single family, but in the collective will of its people, who hold the power to shape the destiny of their nation. The path ahead may be fraught with challenges, but it is also laden with opportunity. The opportunity to forge a future where democracy reigns supreme and the voices of all are heard and valued.